Yeah, so good evening, guys. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to TWT Forex Academy. So on today's live, we are going to be talking about basically what happened last week. You understand? Last week, Friday. Then we are going to check on the COT report. Then we are going to look at our weekly market outlook and what we are actually expecting from the market, right? So I'm going to drop my YouTube link on the channel. So if you want to keep up with every fundamental news, I think we are going to be hosting on every news that we want to trade, right? We are going to be hosting a live, like we are going to be hosting a live on that news right on my YouTube channel. So make sure you go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You understand? So that you can always get notification when it's about to start. Everybody should be present because we are going to be very active. Before the end of this year, I need at least every member of this channel to be very, very good in everything that concerns the market. The moment you come across a certain news, you should be able to interpret it. So far, you are part of this family. You should be able to understand how you can actually navigate through and just get the basics of everything, right? So last week, we can see a lot happened last week, and it's actually caused, we can see a lot of people celebrating, we can see some people crying, you understand? We can see some people are very, very mad about the whole thing. So if you don't know what happened, let me just go back to my Forex factory to explain it to you. So it was on August 22 that this news was released. So it was on August 22, which was Friday. And what happened that August 22 was the Federal Reserve boss, the Federal Reserve chair. Chair is just like he's just standing as a boss, you understand? He's the one giving the final, you understand? So verdict. So the Fed chair speaks. So for most people that don't understand why when Powell is speaking, it is very, very powerful. This is because when Powell is speaking, several decisions that might actually consider maybe the interest rate cut or not, you understand, are actually being expected by the Fed chair himself. Do you understand? And every speech he makes and every policy that is actually coming in can actually influence the market, both either negatively or positively. So trust me, in a situation like that, traders, as a trader, the moment you hear Powell speaking, the market reacts to every single word he speaks. Do you understand? So you are either understanding what he's saying and capitalizing on it, or staying away from the market for some time until you get to understand the sentiment or the direction towards everything he has said. Do you understand? So this call is going to give you clue on everything you need to know. You understand? Major things you need to understand about this news. You understand? So now this is the news. This is the particular news I'm talking about. You understand? The Fed Chair Powell speaks. You understand? Then when you go down, you see this Jackson Hole. This particular news, you understand, are very, very powerful. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Thank you. So now take notes. You guys should take notes of everything I'm going to say, right? So On August 22nd, 2025, you understand, Jerome Powell, the boss of the US Federal Reserve, you understand, he made a speech that actually shakes the whole market. And part of that speech, what he stated was, I think I sent it to the group, to the channel. For those people that don't know, this group is one of a hell group that you can actually get every fundamental news that you need. I'm very, very active in that aspect, and I'm always dropping news that is going to help us. Okay, investors are increasingly wondering on Federal Reserve interest rates cut in September. You understand? So he gave an hint that it's possible that they might do what is possible that they might cut interest rates as early as September. Do you understand? They might cut interest rate as early as September. And you see interest rate, if interest rate is high, it has influence both positively or negatively to the USD. If interest rate is high or low, do you understand? It has positive and negative impact to the USD. Do you understand? And now, as a trader that trades gold, as a trader that trades major pairs, we all know that major pairs are those pairs that are what paired with the USD, while the minors are those that doesn't have for like the USD. So if you're a trader that trades major pair, you want to pay attention to anything that concerns the USD. You want to capitalize on those opportunities. Am I making any sense, right? So that's small statement, it might look small, but that little statement he caused a massive move in the market. Example of that move is this right here. Hold on. So example of that move is this right here. You can see the massive move from this level to this level. That is it, right? Which was very, very crazy. Imagine how many pips you would have caught if you took this trade to this particular position, to this particular level. Massive, right? So now, massive, right? So now when we go back to the to the channel, right? So what does this actually mean? What does it mean? Is it because somebody just said they might consider cutting interest rate? That's why the market is moving crazy. You might be curious. You want to know, what does this mean? You understand? What this thing mean exactly? Do you understand? Now, what it means is that if they actually reduce interest rate in September, you see borrowing is going to be cheap. Now, let me give you an example, right? The reason why people collect loan, most people collect loan because they don't have money, right? They might want to invest in other businesses and they feel like, I don't have money, but I want to invest in this business, but I don't have money. So if you are collecting a loan when there is low interest rates, you get a lot of people who want to go for loans, because see, they are the type of business that if you want to build those type of business, right, you cannot build all those business with your own money. Even Elon Musk himself, if you don't know, there's a certain amount that the US government supports Elon Musk with. You understand? That is why when Elon Musk and Trump, they were having that issues, that they came on Twitter and they were dragging themselves. That was because Trump said that they are going to cut every support they are giving to Elon Musk company. That's the spaceship. Do you understand? So imagine that as a business owner, you want to go for like a loan when interest rate is high. Borrowing is going to be very expensive because the moment you borrow money, the more time you spend to return that money, the more interest rates, the more interest, like, you understand what I'm saying? So, but if they reduce or they cut the interest rate, borrowing is going to be cheap. But interest rate only favors people that, let's say, if you are keeping your money in the bank now, you are saving your money in the bank, you have a lot of money, you are saving it in the bank. Yes, as interest rate is high, you'll be getting like additional money to your money. But let's say you want to go and borrow now, for instance, as you are borrowing, you'll be paying more because borrowing is not going to be cheap. Borrowing is going to be very expensive. Do you understand? So, and when borrowing is, so let's take for instance, borrowing is going to be expensive, but if they reduce it in September, what this news is trying to say is that borrowing is going to be cheap. And once borrowing is cheap, if interest rate is low, dollar is going to be weak. Do you understand? And when dollar is weak, pairs like gold, silver, you understand, and other currencies, you understand, and other major currencies, right, are likely to go up. Now, I hope you guys know we have the base and the quote currency. We have the base and the quote currency. Do you understand? Now, SAUSD is the base. USD is the quote. Do you understand? So any currency that has USD as the quote currency will likely go up. That is what I mean. Any currency that has the USD as the quote currency is likely going to go up. Perfect example for those that don't understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or wetin I dey try talk be say, e get some currencies wey be say, some of them we dey call them base and quotes. Perfect example, you see X, hold on. Perfect example, you see XAU. This XAU wey you dey see so, na base. You understand? This SAU, we go fit call am base. Why we dey call am base? Because na him dey front. Do you understand? Now, why the USD wey dey for back? You understand? This one we fit call am the quotes. Why we dey call am the quotes? Because na him dey for wetin? Because na him dey for back. Now we can't get another currency wey can be wetin? Wey can be USD JPY. You understand? So now this USD JPY wey you dey see, this USD wey you dey see for here, for this side, this USD na him be the base because na him dey for front. Na him be the base because na him dey for front. You understand me, right? You understand me? Why the JPY? You understand? That is the Japanese yen. Na him be the waiting. Na him be the quote because na him dey for back. I hope say you dey understand me. Why, if we can't go for other pairs like the Euro USD, you see the Euro, EUR, this one now, na him be the waiting. Please, I need somebody to answer me. What can we call this one now?
Base.
Now, na him be the base. Why the USD Now USD be the quotes. So now USD can't be waiting. Now USD can't be the quotes. So these are simpler stuffs that if as a trader you don't understand it, you don't put it in your head, it might look as simple as it is. But if your brain is not calculating every minute and every second to be able to keep these things in your head and react fast to it, you might just see yourself missing out of good positions. Most especially when news is being released, you will be wasting time to decide on what to do. So what am I trying to say in essence? I'm trying to tell you that if interest rate is being reduced or cut, borrowing is going to be cheap. It's going to be very, very cheap. Dollar is going to be weak because interest rate has been cut. You understand? Which means that interest rate is low. Dollar is going to be what? Dollar is going to be what? Dollar is going to be cheap. It is going to be very weak. Sorry. And things like gold, which pairs like gold that have what? All the pairs that have USD as their quote currency, they might likely go up. You understand? Why every other pair that has USD as their base, they will melt. Understand? Every pair that has USD as their quote, we pump. You understand? We go up. Why every other pair that have USD as their base, we crash. Simple signal. The moment you see that USD is weak, you don't need to start saying that, well, okay, boss, what will I do with USD JPY? If USD weak, my bro, go dey look for sell position for USD JPY. No, they waste time. They ask, say, what you want to. Because the moment USD weak like this, you as a trader where you be, you don't already know, say, gold go pump. You understand? Gold get opportunity to move up. So you now, you go other pairs. You understand? Because me, I know they trade any other pair. I only trade gold. So you no need wait for me to come tell you, say, go to sell USD JPY. You go there, go look for nice entry. Make you enter. Tier and better lots. You understand? But with risk management too. Good risk management. Know your risk appetite. You understand? So that is just the major thing you need to do. What you need to understand. You get? So now, but another question is, what if they don't reduce the interest rate? What if they don't cut the interest rate? What will happen? If they don't cut the interest rate, borrowing is going to be very expensive. You understand? Borrowing is going to be very, very expensive. And if borrowing is very expensive, dollar will begin to strengthen back again. At the moment dollar begins to strengthen back, gold, silver, every other currency that has the USD as their quote will begin to melt. Why every other currency that has the USD as its base will begin to pump. Do you understand? So what this is saying is, you need this one now. It is the amount of Japanese yen that you are using to buy this USD. That is what it means. So it is the amount of USD we have that we are using to buy this gold. That is what quote and base mean. Do you understand? Okay. So that's just it. So now, how did this market react? I've already given you guys signal already. Don't snooze. So how did this market actually react? You understand? How did the market react that day? The way it reacted that day is that we get to see stock markets pumping aggressively. You understand? While we saw dollar dropping. You understand? A little drop for dollar. Then we saw gold like pumping aggressively, even passing around. Like you can see the gold pump aggressively, even got to around, even move past 373, I think 374. Can you see? Move past, even got to this particular level, move past 374 upward before we saw this little pullback down to this level, right? Now you can clearly see, right? So then we saw silver, because I don't trade just gold. I also trade silver because silver moves like gold too. You understand? So I'm beginning to understand it. So sometimes I trade silver. Why we saw silver add like 2%, you understand, on it, right? So now the good opportunity is that is the opportunity that a lot of people have last week, is that many people, those that actually bought gold, you understand, and bought silver with other foreign currencies, like the ones that have USD as their quotes, right? Those that bought those currency made a lot of money. You understand? Now we saw pairs like the Euro USD, GBP USD. We saw them. You understand? We saw them, even like we saw that massive move for them. You understand? So if, for instance, let's say dollar continue to be weak the way it is, you understand? If dollar continue to stay weak, definitely we should expect the Euro USD, GBP USD, all those pair, we are supposed to expect them to blast. Do you understand? They will pump massively. You get? If dollar continue to stay weak. Why the bad side of everything be say, if Powell start changing mouth, like Powell start to change mouth, maybe Powell start to say something else, you get, or if within the week, because we have a lot of economical data coming out. Do you understand? So let's just observe now and see which one do we have this new week. Today's date is what? Today's date is what?
24.
Okay.
24.
Okay. So I think we don't have any serious thing here. New home sales. This new home sales is like a medium impact news. It can actually do impact. It will impact the market, but not too aggressive. Do you understand? But we'll be looking at it too, because it's like a medium impact news. You understand? So pay attention to it. Then 1:30 on Tuesday, we have the durable goods. Then on Wednesday, okay, we don't have any news. Then now this Thursday, now all this news too, they have their own impact. Do you understand? So if we now either maybe see Powell change his mouth or change his decision, or maybe we get to see inflation, you understand? Maybe we get to see a new data, like maybe a new data is being released and inflation is on the rise. You understand? If inflation continues to be on the rise, automatically markets might reverse. Do you understand? And that reverse, that market will reverse. It will cause like interest rate to even go higher, which might even like strengthen the dollar very, very well. You understand? And when you strengthen the dollar, automatically as a gold trader, you should be, as a gold, not a good, I mean as a gold trader, you should be looking for good opportunities to sell. You understand? So now, major idea towards everything is we are actually looking at, this is why I am observing this trade like this, is that, and keeping my SL very, very tight, is that if we observe multiple rejection around this level, that is 375, you get, if there is multiple rejection, and why I'm actually expecting a drop at least for gold is because we've had like one rejection, we've had like 7 rejection. That was before the market closed. Do you understand? So we can just observe this candle. If you are not in yet, you understand, don't enter. Let's just observe this 1 hour candle, you understand, and see how this 1 hour candle is going to close. If we are going to have like a move, definitely I'm sure we are going to have another move to the upside. So if we observe another rejection from this level, this 3,375, we'll look for a sell, you understand, and our target will be around 3,330, but maybe we might break even somewhere here, this level, you understand, this resistance level that was broken. So we might just like use here as our break even, you understand, OTP1, you understand. But I'm expecting, let's just see how this 1 hour candlestick is going to close. Not to rush, do you understand? Not to rush. So that is just the main idea. Do you get? So that is just the major thing you guys need to understand. So let's check on our COT report also and see what our COT sentiment, you understand. And Ghost, if you are in, just Ghost, if you are in, I won't lie to you, my bro, I'm expecting that market to go down. You understand? That's what I'm expecting the markets to do. So me too, I'm in already, but my SL is tight. So I'm just trying to give, for those that maybe you don't have enough funds to hold the trade, please just wait for more confirmation. If you observe another rejection, you can just go in. Do you get? But me, I'm in because I don't want to miss the entry. Do you understand? So I don't want to miss the entry. So for me, I'm already locked in. So that's it. You get? Even that buy safe, I even caught that buy. You understand? I caught that buy. So I'm already in. So now let's check on our COT report. Let's observe what the COT sentiment is telling us. You understand what the COT sentiment is telling us and what they're actually looking out for the week. So let's go. We click on our select product, we click on metal, we click on gold. Then we put it on position for manage money. So let me put this in 6 months. So you can see the COT sentiment is clearly telling us that gold is going to be bearish. That is what it's telling us. Why? Because over here you can see that they are reducing their long position. They are reducing 8,000, let's say up to, let's just say around 9,000, 8,949. Why? They are adding a position of 1,953. So for short time, gold is going to drop. I'm 100% confident about it that for short time, gold is going to drop. You get? You can clearly see that is the direction the COT sentiment is pointing at us. Last week, the direction for the COT sentiment is what? Bullish. And what happened? We closed the week bullish. Yes or no? We closed the week bullish. You can clearly see they added more position for buy while they reduced their position for sell. You understand? And the week ended what? Bullish. Clearly, you can see here, the COT sentiment for this week is bearish. Do you understand? So that is just what we need to know about the COT sentiment, right? So, guys, feel free to drop your questions. And please don't forget, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am Tolu FX at I am Tolu FX. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is where we are going to be having our daily fundamental news. I'm thinking maybe before the close, after the close of every market session in a day, we should always have like a call to talk about the market moves, learn from everything that has happened all through that day, or yes, just educate ourselves, because trading is all about personal experience. All the things you face today in the market, if you don't document them, I can tell you that if you can actually learn from everything that you've traded this week, you get. So only if you take note of them and you educate yourself about it. So that's just what you need to know. So unmute yourself if you have any question, please. You get. One after the other, I'll be taking the questions, and let's just keep it very, very simple and very swift. You understand? So that's it. So I'm unmuting everybody. Please ask your questions. So, or everybody understand? Is everyone good? Okay, if everyone is good, Abdulaziz, unmute and say something.
Okay, good evening.
Just say something. Talk to them. Anything you have to say, just say something. If it's motivation, give them motivation. If it's how you, because we've actually seen your results, we've seen you post being funded already. So try, maybe you just talk to all those traders that have money, but they have few money, but they are scared to get that Profem account, and they are just, because I won't lie to you, we have a lot of numbers in the channel, and most people are not even trading. Most people are just there observing the channel and the rest. So it's not like they don't want to trade. Sometimes a lot of traders, they go through stuffs. Many people are discouraged. Many people have blown several accounts. Do you understand? That is why. So I just need you to just encourage them, tell them your experience, everything you've gone through so far. You get, and let everybody know that it is possible to replicate anything if you stay consistent.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. So what I want to say is just like you can find your edge in trading, but the issue is just being staying consistent, because to be consistent in doing the same thing in every day is very hard. Like you keep on showing up every day. Like you try today, you fail. Tomorrow you fail. Day after tomorrow you fail. Like to keep on showing is very hard. But if you know what you want, that's when you will keep on pushing yourself. Because even for me, when I started with I think $1 or $2, stuff like that, and I started growing it to from $2 to $20 to $50 to $100 like that. So, but the issue is just the consistency. If you are not consistent, that means you are not ready. Because in everything you do, either going to school, learning other work, you have to be consistent in it. Because if you are learning work, you are not consistent, how will you know it? You just be there for months, for weeks, without knowing anything. So the consistency is there. About the gold sell that investor is selling. So I sent the message to the group this evening, the setup for gold, the Euro USD that I had, that the breakout from the trend line. So the breakout from the trend line is on a 1 hour time frame. So we have the breakout. So I was expecting a retest on the 15 minutes time frame that there's a fair value gap. So I think the TP1 for investor is around that fair value gap on 15 minutes. So I will be observing the 15 minutes fair value gap if there will be some rejection from there and a confirmation for the buy continuation, because normally for the market there will be downtrend and uptrend. So and traders don't trade against the trend, because if you trade against the trend, it become the liquidity. So that's just it. The issue is you just have to be patient for your. You don't chase the market. You don't chase the market. Just be patient and allow the market to come for you. Allow the market to come for you, then you react to it. Not that you'll be chasing the market. If you chase the market will chase you out. That's just it. So just like this one, if you observe very well on the chart, that's the long candlestick, which is as a result of the news, is a breakout from the trend line. So, and for every trend line, for every breakout from the trend line, there will definitely be a retest. So, even if the retest is not coming back to the trend line, it's either to the fair value gap or to the other block, because fair value gap is also another block. So, we will definitely be having a retest, which will be like the sell on the gold. So then from there we can now look for the continuation of the trend, because for an uptrend, if you are seeing a fair value gap that is breaking the structure, or you have a market structure shift, so the fair value gap is showing that there is continuation for the buy or for the sell. So you just have to look for the continuation. You don't trade against the trend. And that's why most of the time I say confirmation validates your entry. Because if you are patient, you can be patient and consistent, because sometimes the price can come to your point of interest and give no confirmation. So that means the time that you waited for, that means the time has been, not that, I won't say it has been wasted. During that time of patience, you've learned a lot of things. Maybe you are checking on the other price action and something like that. So you just have to wait, be patient, and you enter your trade on confirmation, unless you have enough money to donate to the market for people that want to take their own profit. So the patience is very important, the consistency is important, and uh, the message that I sent yesterday, like, you just have to be ready to learn from others, not that you've known everything you know. Because if you feel like you've known everything, there will be some mistakes that people will want to correct you, but you will be like you've known it. You don't want to listen. Like the grass USDT that investor dropped in the group, that when he posted it, that the entry was made. So I drew the box like a correction. So, and he said he replied to it that I think is okay from there. That's the mistake. So the entry would have not been made if the box was drawn very well. If assuming the box was well placed, the entry will not be missed. It will be a sniper entry, and I think it's even up to TP now, or it has gone to TP. Because the last time I checked, it's moving to TP. So the consistency and the patience is what helps a lot, because trading is not easy. For me, I know in trading, some people will tell you that they've been in the market for 5 years, for 4 years, for 6 years, and they've not been profitable. So, but for me, I will say all it takes is just the consistency and the hard work. Because for me, not spent a year in the market before I even know what candlestick was around August of last year. So it's even this month now. If this month end now, it will be 1 year. So it's just consistency. A lot of people be saying, if I tell them I'm just new in the market, I'm not even up to a year, they say I'm just lying. I'm just trying to keep it on a low, because. But for me, I'm just one. It's not up to 1 year. So the consistency is what helped me. Day and night, I read the charts. Even if I'm not trading at all, I will still open my 95 and trading view to check the previous the previous price action that have happened, because market repeats everything. Market repeats everything. If not daily, if not weekly, it will repeat everything monthly. So the same thing that happened last month will be the same thing that will happen this month, according to the price action. And to remove the news, market repeats everything that has happened. So that's just it. The consistency and the patience is just what I want to talk about. So thank you. Just be consistent and be patient. Then profitability will be yours. So thank you. So investor, I'm done.
Okay, okay. So, guys, so it was an amazing call. It was an amazing call. So, I wish you guys the best trading week. So, we'll be live on the channel to update you guys about all the market movement and give our possible advice about what we see or the direction we see the market going to, right? So don't forget, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys stay blessed. Peace. Have a great night. Trade safe.